Welcome to a new year, and do we say a new you? I don't think so. I don't like New Year's resolutions because there is nothing wrong with you, but I do love goals. So in that vein, welcome to the Dance Reel podcast. Today's episode is about goal setting for dancers and leaders, the psychology of setting and achieving goals. Whether you're a dancer, a teacher, a studio owner, or even a parent, goal setting is something we all engage in, sometimes consciously and sometimes not. In my time as a dancer, teacher, studio owner, and now judge and mentor, I've noticed that how we set goals says a lot about our relationship with control, growth, and even self-worth. Many of us are great at setting goals. We write them down, post them on mirrors, maybe even visualize them. But what determines whether those goals become lived experiences is less about willpower and more about psychology, how we relate to the process itself. So in this episode, I want to explore what makes goal setting effective, how expectations differ from goals, and why understanding the why behind your goals is the key to sustainable success. Let's look at why we set goals and the psychology behind it. Humans are wired for growth. The brain thrives on progress. When we set and achieve goals, dopamine is released, reinforcing the behavior and motivating us to keep going. It's why even small wins, like nailing a turn or mastering a tricky correction, feel so satisfying. But there's a shadow side to this. If our sense of self-worth becomes tied only to achievement, we begin to chase validation rather than fulfillment. The goal becomes a measurement of worth instead of direction for growth. This is something I often see in dancers and leaders. Dancers might set a goal to get that part, and leaders might set a goal to build a bigger studio or gain more recognition. But if the motivation underneath is fear of not being enough, that goal will create tension rather than inspiration. So if you're setting a goal to mask a sense of insecurity, you can end up feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, never getting there, because no validation will feel enough. Whereas if you're setting a goal out of inspiration, out of curiosity, expectation for that goal to make you feel better about who you are as a person, then you're entering into the goal from fulfillment rather than seeking external validation. So when you set a goal, it's worth pausing to ask, is this goal an expression of my growth and values, or a compensation for insecurity? The difference between goals and expectations. So let's talk about expectations. Expectations are rigid. They are outcomes we become emotionally attached to. Goals, on the other hand, are intentions with flexibility. For example, a dancer might expect to win a first place at a competition, let's say. That expectation sets them up for potential shame and disappointment because it's dependent on factors outside of their control. Judges, competition, or even the conditions of the floor, or just luck. A goal, however, might be to perform with emotional presence and clean technique. That's measurable and actionable and within your control. Leaders fall into the same trap. An expectation might sound like, everyone on my team should be motivated. A goal could be, I will create clearer communication systems and model accountability, and that will look like XYZ. Expectations create pressure. Goals create direction. When we confuse the two, we often end up in cycles of burnout and frustration because we're trying to control what we can't. Let's look at the process of goal setting. So how do you set effective goals? Here's a process I often teach. 1. Identify your core values. What is the deeper value behind your goal? For example, if your goal is to improve flexibility, the value might be discipline, creativity, or self-expression. Anchoring your goal in a value gives it purpose. Be specific but flexible. Use clear language. I will practice for 20 minutes each morning, focusing on back flexibility, but hold flexibility as to how it unfolds. Life does change, schedules shift, and progress is rarely linear. Break it down. Large goals can feel overwhelming. Break them into micro goals. If your big goal is to become a company dancer, your micro goals might include improving technique, building resilience, networking, and maintaining well-being. Measure by behavior, not outcome. Instead of focusing on, did I get that role? Ask yourself, did I show up as the kind of dancer who's ready for that role? This reframes success as a process, not an event. And review and reflect. Set time each week to evaluate what's working. Progress often hides in subtle shifts in mindset, confidence, or awareness. Celebrate small wins. The nervous system needs moments of completion. Celebrating progress, however small, keeps motivation sustainable and preserves chronic striving. Let's look at the role of the nervous system. This part often gets overlooked, but it's crucial. Goal setting activates the brain's reward system. But if we overload ourselves with too many goals in too short a time frame, with unrealistic expectations, we can push the nervous system into stress, overload, and then burnout. If you've ever found yourself procrastinating on a goal, it might not be laziness, it might be dysregulation. Maybe your nervous system perceives the goal as unsafe because it's too big, and maybe it's in too short of a time frame. Leaders experience this too. When you're running a team, managing conflict, trying to grow your dance school business, or aiming for expansion, you might freeze, overwork, or micromanage without realizing it's your nervous system's way of saying, this is too much. The antidote is pacing. Set goals that stretch you, but don't overwhelm you. When you feel tension rise, regulate first, act second. Breathe, ground yourself, go for a walk, take a bath, look after you, and don't tie your self-worth to the outcomes of your achievements. You're doing really well. Let's look at some common traps. The first one, perfectionism. That belief that you need to be flawless before you can succeed. Never helpful. Perfectionism kills momentum. Focus instead on consistency and curiosity. All or nothing thinking. Not helpful. For example, if I can't do it perfectly, then I won't do it at all. Growth is messy. Show up imperfectly. Progress counts. External validation. Not helpful. Don't focus on it. When goals are set to impress others rather than align with your purpose, the satisfaction quickly fades. Neglecting reflection. Many dancers and leaders hit their goals and instantly move on to the next one. Reflection consolidates learning and helps you set more clear and conscious goals for the next time. And remember, do take those times to celebrate and then pause. Goal setting for leaders. Remember, goal setting is about creating clarity, both for yourself and for your team. Ask, what kind of culture am I trying to build? How do my personal goals align with my organization's values? What systems can support accountability without controlling people? The best leaders model goal setting by example. They show up consistently, communicate transparency, and normalize recalibrating goals when life shifts. When you set goals collaboratively with your team, students, and peers, you create shared ownership. This fosters intrinsic motivation rather than compliance. Repairing the relationship with goals. Many of us carry wounds around goals, times when they failed, were criticized, or made to feel too ambitious. If you've lost confidence in goal setting, start small. Rebuild trust within yourself through achievable commitments. Write a few goals that you know you can keep. When you follow through, you rebuild integrity, which is the foundation of self-trust. Self-trust is the real outcome in goal setting, because when you trust yourself, you follow through. You stop needing external validation to keep going. So as you think about your own goals, whether personal, artistic, or professional, consider this. A goal is not a destination. It's a direction for your energy. The real power of goal setting lies in who you become through the process. Because each time you set a goal, act on it, review it, and learn from it, you strengthen the bridge between intention and action. That bridge is what turns dreams into lived experience. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year. If this episode resonated with you today, like, comment, and share with a friend. And I'd always love hearing from you. Let me know what you thought.